afternoon, good day, good evening, everyone. It's me, KO, BKA KO, the knockout specialist of social media, your social media alchemist. I am coming to you all today because I have an FAQ that I wanted to answer um, just by creating a video so that I can actually direct people to this video all the time, right? That one question is, KO, how are you creating your reels? All right. First of all, let me do this disclaimer. This disclaimer. The disclaimer is I'm outside because of COVID, right? So you may hear helicopters, airplanes, cars moving around, all of that, right? You may hear all of that, but it's less like it's less distracting as the noise that's going on in the inside. All right. Okay, so let me get back to the FAQ, which is the frequently asked question. I have been asked several times how I actually create my Instagram reels. Now, I think that I've been asked this question because of twofold. One, my reels go out at a specific time each and every day. Everyone knows that I automate everything, right? And so I guess they're trying to figure out how I automate it, and then actually how there are transitions and things of that nature. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to come to you guys today, show you a little behind the scenes of how I create actual reels for myself and for my clients, right? So I'm going to do it on the free version of Canva. Now, the paid version of Canva actually puts it in a different way. Well, you'll see like a transition bar down at the bottom, but with the free Canva, you actually get something that's vertical, and it's something I'll show you when we pop on over into Canva. But before we get started, one of the things that I always address with everyone is how you come up with content, right? How do you come up with content for the actual reels, or what to post every day? And then the second thing that I wanted to touch on is one of the reasons that you should be using reels as a business, as a brand right now. See? All right. So one of the things that I learned, and I did talk about this a little bit on Instagram today, I think I learned it in third grade. There was a game that we played. It was called word association. So someone would give me a word, or the teacher would give us a word, and then we would have to say words that went with that word. For example, my example today was Halloween. When you think of Halloween, what exactly do you think of? I think of Halloween treats. I think of Halloween DIY. I think of holiday crafts. I think of Halloween decor. I think of Halloween styling. I think of balloon arches. I think of different types of Halloween foods, or different treats. I think of teal pumpkins because I'm part of the Teal Pumpkin Club, right? For those of you all who do not know, the teal pumpkin, when children see teal pumpkins, they automatically know that the food is gluten-free, nut-free. It's basically allergy-free. So it may not be toys, or it may be suckers, or whatever the case might be, right? Whatever I'm putting in there. All right. So that was the very first thing that I wanted to say to you guys. All you have to do is really take a word and then associate that word with other things. Okay? This might be your pillar content. For me, my pillar content is social media, right? But when I think of social media, I automatically think of how-tos because that's what people often ask me, right? How to do Snapchat, how to do Stellar, how do I automate my content, how do I find the photos, how do I figure out hashtags. So all of my how-tos go into a bucket. You get me? This way you never ever run out of content. All right, I just wanted to actually touch on that very, very briefly. The next thing that I want you guys to know is one of the reasons that you should actually be using Reels, Instagram stories, Snapchat stories, LinkedIn stories to help to build your brand. One of the main reasons for that is that you can tell You can tell a lot in a few frames, right? You can tell a lot in video. If they say one picture is worth 1,000 words, I'm going to tell you that video is worth 1,000,000 because it excites all of our senses, right? There's movement there. There's audio there. There's transitioning there. There's sight. Depending on what's in your background, sometimes and how sensitive your followers are, they even get a sense of smell. Like you might show apple pie or cookies or cake or things like that, right? Okay, so anyway, with that, that is one of the reasons that you always want to try to use stories or some type of video, um, some type of video, some type of story. I'm just going to leave that right there. I was going to go into a whole different thing, but it gives you the ability. It gives you the ability to utilize photos and short videos to show behind the scenes and show anything throughout your given day, um, from start to finish, right? Because you create your stories throughout the day, you post them the next day. All right, so that's basically what I wanted to say about that. I'm going to go on over here and I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to go to Canva. Give me just a second. Now, one of the things that we used to be able to do with um, with Canva was, okay, I need to say this first. Canva is always creating new templates. Canva is taking over, okay? Canva's taking over. And whether you have the free version or the paid version, everything that they have in Canva can help make your life so much easier. Their ability to come up with new fresh things is uncanny, right? I think that if I had a 9 to 5 job, I'd want to work at Canva. But they're they're a powerhouse. And I can only see them getting bigger and better from here. Okay? I am not a Canva affiliate, although I should be, but I'm not. All right? So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Give me a sec. Boop, boop, boop. Hopefully it'll let me share my screen. Hold on a sec. Okay, here we go. So when you originally go into Canva, there is at the very top that little search tab, right? You're going to go into Canva, and the very first thing, it used to be that you typed in Instagram stories, but now they have a Reels feature. Do you see that here? It's Instagram Reels video. There's Instagram Reels video backgrounds, and then there's Instagram Reels video and frame. Okay? All right. Now, based on the things that I told you about creating your content, you could go into Instagram Reels and create a reel. Okay? Like I said to you today, the topic was Halloween. I gave you a couple of the things that I was thinking of for Halloween. So I could actually go into Instagram Reels video background. Okay? Notice how they have a lot of templates. All of the templates are changeable. I kind of like this one. Let's go into this one. They are changeable, and then there are certain things that you can do to actually change colors and things of that nature, right? So I'm going to tap on this, and I'm just going to change the color to my company colors, right? And then see these lines? This means that it's paid, okay? That you have to purchase that particular background. But what we can do is we can actually just go over here and go into photos, and you see that I have Halloween there. So what I would do is I'd just drag over Halloween, right? I would just drag over Halloween. You'll notice earlier that I had a, come on in there, come on. Okay, there we go. Earlier I had a spider web, and that's, if you go in, you check out my reel today, you'll notice that. Okay. Um, all right. The very next thing you want to do is you want to consider that um, depending on which platform you're using, you want to consider exactly how long your actual reel or story is going to be. Okay? At this current time of the recording of this video, reels are only 15 seconds long. All right? They're only 15 seconds long, which, well, I won't get into that because this is like a really quick tutorial. So what you're going to do is right here, there's a timer. You're going to want to set the timer based on exactly how many iterations you have of your background. Okay. So this is the initial background. I'm going to make 5 copies. Okay. And we're just going to go over here to the duplicate page. 1, 2, 3. If you get lost right here, it'll tell you what the page numbers are. All right. All right, now for SEO purposes, well, we'll get into that later. But for SEO purposes, I normally put something in there just so that I'll know what it is in my notes. All right, so I can talk about it later. Another thing about that is if you put things in notes, you can always copy paste them right over to Instagram and put it on your space where your Reels content is. Okay. So once you get that the way that you want, then you can go in and you can begin to change exactly what you want on each iteration of the actual graphic. So I may want to put in elements, I might want to go in and put something like this, right? And then just go ahead and drag it up to the top and bring it all the way over, maybe. We'll see. I'm just playing around with it so you guys can know. Okay, we might want to go to the next one and talk about Halloween treats or something like that. And then go in and put whatever stickers or whatever else it is that you want into there. Once you're done, oh, I need to tell you this too. Each one, you can change the timing on it. So if you tap on the actual reel, you'll notice that the timer comes up here. You can change the timer. Now, since I said I was going to do 5 reels and they're only 15 seconds long, each reel can only be 3 seconds. Okay, so then I would put 3 seconds here, 3.0. I'd hit enter and I would go to the next one and do the same thing. After you click on it, you'll notice that this changes. Okay, I'd put 3 seconds in this one as well. And let's just say I want the background to be different. Now it's highlighted, the entire thing is highlighted. So I could change the effects or I can add a filter. And I'm just going to show you the effects first. And then I'll go ahead and I will add a filter next. Okay. All right, this one says bad TV. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put, let's just do this one because it's easier. All right, those are my company colors. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the sea green. Notice how it's changed the photo to the sea green. I could actually go up here and tap this and then maybe change the colors in this one as well. Now, anytime you see 2 colors in Canva, it means that there will be 2 colors. There are actually 2 colors in the title or the photo, right? So you can change those. Like I would change those to like a green and a blue or a green and a yellow or something like that, right? Let me move this out of my way. You guys can't see it, but I can. So I would go to the green and I would hit OK for the green, and it's working. Okay, there you go. And it's working kind of slow, but you may be able to see it a little bit later. Okay, since it's a huge file, let me go over here. Okay, see the changing in the colors. I'd hit OK, and then I would actually change out the blue and probably make it like a yellow. or something like that. Go ahead and make it yellow. All right. Once you're done, and just for time's sakes, once you're done, you can do one or two things. You can add music here by hitting this music button and then typing in what you want. Maybe this could be scary, right? And you can go in and you can play the music. Make sure that if you do not have the Pro version, that you don't use Pro Music or you'll be charged for that. But you can hover over and hit the play button and you'll hear it. Okay, once you're done and you're happy with that, then what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to downloads. Okay? Now, if you have the Canva app on your phone, you're able to do all of this in the actual Canva app. I find it easier to do from desktop because it helps me to move a little bit quicker. If you're going to download this as an actual video, then it's cool to do MP4. It'll be in the exact same order, same timing, and everything of that nature, and then you will just upload it to Reels. If you're going to do it as an Instagram story or any form of a story, then what you may want to do is you may want to change it to JPEGs. All right, you change it to JPEGs, and then it slices out individually, and you can upload them by hitting multi-feature. Okay, if you want it to be a GIF with no sound, then you will hit GIF with no sound, and you can play it, and you'll just see like the transitions go really quickly. Let me back up just a little bit. Each iteration has the ability to be animated on its own. So I'm going to click this one right here and tap animate. And what you will notice is, because I'm in the free version, some of these are paid animations, but you can make each one do something different, right? And when you play it, you'll be able to see that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap this one. Let me tap this one because this one already has a form of animation from the effects. All right, so I'll put pan on this one. The next one, I'm going to put tumble. The next one, I'm going to put block. And then I'm going to go up here to the play, and I'm just going to play it so you guys can see it. So you'll notice that each one of those is different. Once you like it, you can, if you're going to do it from your phone and schedule it with another app, then you're going to go ahead and download it and then upload it from the desktop. Now, if you're using this with the app in conjunction with the app, the Canva app on your phone, you don't have to download it from on the desktop. All you would have to do is go over to the Canva app on your phone, and let me escape out of there. Go over to the Canva app on your phone and then upload it from there. Save it as a video, or save it as JPEGs, or save it as a GIF, and then you're able to use it. Now, there are some other additional things that you can do. For instance, you can already take short videos, and you'll notice, let me see if I've got mine up here. But you can use videos in these. If you have a song that you really want to play, maybe you're a music artist and or a vocalist, and you have your own particular music and you want to add that, you can do that by putting your video that you've uploaded into, here we go. You can put your video in that you wanted or that you recorded, drag it over here, and then put an overlay over it so that people can't really see you actually play the music or the recorded music that you have. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let me go back over here to Ecamm and check and see if there are any questions. And if there are not any questions, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But before I do, I want to say that my virtual doors are always open. So feel free to get into my direct messages. Some people say private messages, and ask me any questions. I will be happy to answer them from you. This is Karma Obikio. Thank you so very much for tuning in from my house to your house. I wish you all green lights. Namaste.